Yeah. So driverless cars have come a long way over the past few years, but they apparently still have a long way to go when it comes to safety. A consumer group contends they're not safe for the streets yet. Well, Sandra Endo is in downtown LA, where the state is holding a workshop on autonomous vehicle regulations. I'm fascinated by this, Sandra.
Yeah, there's so many things to be aware about when it comes to driverless cars on the streets, and they will be sharing our roads sooner rather than later, and that is why, Maria, you mentioned the DMV is investigating ways to make sure there are regulations in place before it actually happens. Obviously, we want to make sure that everyone gets on the road and is safe out there, and right now there are 11 manufacturers testing this technology out, providing information to researchers about developing these driverless cars, and the big thing is they want regulations in place to actually deploy them out on the street, and that is what DMV officials are trying to get together. Now, under consideration is the safety certification of all these vehicles, as well as the test. Want to make sure that third parties test these vehicles out as well. Now, they also want a licensed driver requirement in place. They want to make sure a person, a human, is actually inside to make sure if anything goes wrong that they can stop and overtake that vehicle. Well, that's one sticking point actually among different sides of this whole debate. Some people say that, look, you're taking out the whole autonomy of it, and then other people say it's all in the name of safety. Listen to what two sides had to say.
As part of the testing regulations, the companies had to report the number of times that the robot technology failed. So in Google's case, it failed 341 times. 272 times, the car essentially said, whoops, can't handle it, you take over. 69 times, circumstances scared the driver enough that the driver determined he should jump in and take over.
The accident rates, or the potential accident rates, are decreasing steadily, and the issue is not whether accidents could possibly occur now. It's putting a ceiling on the innovation of the technology that we're concerned about. So it's the opportunity to develop this technology and to develop it as efficiently and quickly as possible.
Cybersecurity.
Now, members of the public were also able to speak out in front of DMV officials to speak their mind. And you know what? We saw a lot of people with disabilities come forward and say, look, this would be a game changer for us. We want the ability to get around, and driverless vehicles, autonomous cars would be a way for us to do so. So clearly a lot of different opinions about this, and certainly it'll be a game changer once they hit the roads. Reporting live here, I'm Sandra Endo. Let's send it back to you.